Bill gave Dani crap for pretending to be in love with her puppy on a leash, aka Andre. And Dani said that he's the man married to a little bitch. Some good lines there in these scenes. Honestly, these scenes had the best dialogue of the day. I enjoyed all of these moments with Bill and Dani. What's up, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers? It's Monday, which means we are starting another, hopefully not too boring week of the show. I thought today was okay. Some stuff did not need to be on, obviously. I did enjoy the Dani and Bill scenes today. I will say they are one of the only things giving right now, even though I know that storyline is going to be as stretched out as all the other boring storylines on this show. But let's start with Kat and Nicole in Nicole's office today. Nicole excited that Kat is going to be getting her first home. Nicole wants her to watch her physical movement, but Kat makes sure to note that she has movers and is not going to be lifting a finger, because that is the Kat that we know. They also talk about how Tomas is going to be going to Puerto Rico alone. And Kat thinks that Nicole doesn't want her to marry Tomas. That was the vibe that Nicole has been giving. Nicole says that is not true, but Nicole does say that for most of Kat's life, she was so grand about love at first sight with Ted, and maybe she shouldn't have been that way. Maybe it was wrong. Nicole does wonder if Kat needs to be a little more free with her feelings for Tomas, maybe just not want to double down on her first relationship. But Kat doesn't know how to be free like Chelsea or Dani or her own mother lately, which Kat made sure to note. Kat told Nicole about Naomi having the BRCA gene and how Naomi is considering a double mastectomy, which played into later in the episode. Dani and Bill picked up where they left off on Friday, with Dani telling Bill there is nothing between them, and what happened on the elevator was fear, panic, and a lapse of judgment. Bill stepped closer to her, which was our Friday cliffhanger, asking if she was sure about that. Dani said that she will stop doing acts of kindness for Bill, like visiting him in the hospital, if Bill's going to act like this. Bill called out Dani for snapping at Haley, and she said it was not about Bill. She just likes annoying Haley. But Bill kept coming on to Dani today, grabbed her close, felt her heart pounding, I guess, asked her why her heart was pounding. Dani pushed Bill off and said no more. She said that she has a husband that she is happily married to, but Bill said that Dani still wants him and nothing is changing that, not even Andre. Dani said that Bill exploited a weak moment in a once-in-a-lifetime event, and Bill says that she's missing some details there and they don't have to stop. Dani accused Bill of being delusional and wanted Bill to leave. She said that she knows how to deal with vindictive Bill, but she doesn't know how to deal with this delusional Bill, although I don't think Bill is being that delusional. I think Dani might be more of the delusional one here in these scenes. Dani said that Bill is basking inside because Bill has pushed her down into the immoral muck with him. And so Dani thinks that Bill is like happy with the fact that Dani is a cheater now too, and Bill is basking in that. And I feel like he kind of is, actually. Bill gave Dani crap for pretending to be in love with her puppy on a leash, aka Andre. And Dani said that he's the man married to a little bitch. Some good lines there in these scenes. Honestly, these scenes had the best dialogue of the day. I enjoyed all of these moments with Bill and Dani, even the quips like that one. Bill said there could be more sexcapades, and Dani says there will never be another one, and Bill said never say never. Bill then says that their supposed mistake was because of raw and undeniable chemistry, which is something I have always felt Bill and Dani have. These two characters, this actor and actress, has great chemistry together. They've always been two characters that I do consider to have some of the best chemistry on the show. It's too bad that they are just so toxic with each other. Bill said that he wasn't trying to say that they should have a torrid affair, but he likes riling Dani up, and he likes it when Dani is both in the middle between wanting to kill him and wanting to shag him, basically. Nicole, however, knocked at the door, saw that Bill was there, and Bill left. And Dani said to Nicole to not ask because she doesn't want to get into it. And Nicole said that she already knows the secret is out. Much like I called yesterday in the preview for this week, Nicole was talking about Naomi's positive BRCA gene secret. And so Dani found out from Nicole that Naomi might go through with the double mastectomy. So Dani freaked out that Naomi wants to do this, saying that she is too young and that Naomi needs to have a conversation with her and Nicole so that they can let her know that she shouldn't make a drastic decision based on fear. Nicole was trying to get Dani to see that Naomi is not going to have the same response to the BRCA gene that Dani is having. Naomi is going to be very different. You all know how I feel about this BRCA gene storyline. Naomi should have never kept it a secret for so long in the first place. So it's just being overly stretched out for a storyline that doesn't have any real drama. But I really enjoyed the Dani and Bill scenes before Nicole came over. I thought they did show that those two have chemistry and that these two characters are being very messy. And of course, I have no respect for Dani. But at this point, they need to fuck up so that Andre can find out the truth. But I'm sure we're going to get this stretched out for at least another month or two, if not several more. Ashley and Grayson were on today. Fast forward material for me. It was something about Ashley happy that Grayson is owning his mistake, and Ashley feeling that Grayson really is a good man deep inside. Gag me. Don't care about that. Ted and Shanice also picked up where they left off on Friday, with Ted telling Shanice that he is falling in love with her. Shanice kind of freezes up, doesn't know what to say. He says he took long trying to figure himself out, but now he knows what he wants, and what he wants for sure is Shanice. Shanice is just surprised and asks Ted what changed. Ted says he just knows how he feels now, and that it's not okay if she's not going to be in his life. He needs them to be real with each other, even if she's not ready to say the I love you back, I guess. And Shanice is basically like, give me 10, and has to leave, and doesn't really finish that conversation with Ted, because I think internally Shanice is freaking out by what Ted just said. Shanice wound up at work at the nurse's station with Ashley at work. Shanice told Ashley that the nurse's station is where she feels most in control, and right now she is not in control. She was upset with herself for not being able to tell Ted that she loves him back, and said that Ted must think that she is crazier than Leslie, which is a crazy thing to say, so maybe she is. Ashley was asking Shanice why she is doubting this, and Shanice says that she doesn't have faith in love itself. It has let her down in past relationships and all of that, which we have heard a lot of that from Shanice lately. But in the end, Shanice did go back to tell Ted that she didn't like where they left off. She admitted that she is falling in love with him too, and said stuff like, in all of her Shanice-ness, she has fears as well. And Ted, they embraced, and Ted said that together they are going to be good. Once upon a time, in the early days of this relationship, I was feeling it to a point. It was going somewhere, but then they just make Ted such a fool. And yeah, they finally had Ted stand up to Leslie the other day and finally draw a line with her. But it's a little too late for me to be like so gung-ho about this Ted and Shanice relationship, unfortunately. Ted prior in the episode met up with Kat because she wanted some fatherly advice, wanted to know if she and Tomas could really salvage what they are after she said no to his marriage proposal. But Ted is saying that accepting a proposal when she wasn't ready would have been worse. They both kind of commiserated in their issues with Tomas and Shanice and where their relationships actually stand. Obviously for Ted, later in this episode, Shanice did give him the I love you back. But Ted's advice to Kat is that if Tomas isn't willing to wait until Kat is ready, then he is not the one. I feel like there's a lot of blinking signs at Kat that Tomas is not the one. But unfortunately, we're not there yet between those two characters, unless they're about to kill Tomas off in a plane crash going to Puerto Rico. That'd be nice. Grayson ended up as Tomas's bartender in this episode, with Tomas sulking about his proposal being rejected and him wondering if he should give the ring back to his grandma because that's where he gets it from. Then Kat ended up meeting Tomas there because she wanted to meet up with Tomas before he goes to Puerto Rico. Kat learned that Tomas has his guard up with Naomi now at Bill's firm, even though Kat was trying to tell Tomas that Naomi doesn't care about the firm, but Tomas has fears with that. Kat said that Naomi has bigger things to worry about, and Tomas asks why Bill hasn't said anything if that's the fact. But Kat said that Bill doesn't know. Of course, that's when Bill walks in. But Kat played off the information about Naomi's BRCA gene, since Naomi hasn't told Bill yet, and that's Naomi's, prerogative to do that. But Kat played it off by talking shit to Bill and kind of shading Dani, in my opinion, when Kat said that she and Tomas are a new generation who is not rushing to marry because nobody wants to marry the wrong person young, aka like Dani did with Bill. When Bill went to the bar to talk to Grayson, our now resident bartender, I guess, Tomas asked Kat to keep an eye on Naomi for him while he's gone with the firm. I would have loved these scenes to be a breakup between Tomas and Kat today, because, like I said, there's glaring signs to Kat that Tomas is not the one. So they could have had a breakup conversation, and then Tomas could have just left town for good, and the show could have cut its losses with Tomas finally, something that's long overdue. But that was today's episode. It was all right. The best stuff was Bill and Dani. I thought they had some really good dialogue today, and I thought they did show us their chemistry, even though they're toxic. That is the one messy storyline going on the show right now. The show could use some others, though.